Yo, what's going on, chat? Market just opened up. What am I thinking off rip? I want to take a long. As you can see, we have this super bullish candle. That's basically my scenario one. Like I said, opening up, taking out that intermediate low in that 15-minute gap, and then I'd be down to take a long off of that. Check something real quick. Okay, everything looks good. Another scenario, maybe we take out that high in that hourly gap and then get a short. Yeah. Sorry for this ridiculous colored microphone, RGB. Ridiculous color. Anyway, but my not that it matters, but Mac doesn't let me change the color, unfortunately. But yeah. Maybe I wouldn't want to take this, bro, even like on a 30-second, and we don't even have an entry on that. I think a really good trade would be, again, taking out this intermediate low in this 15-minute gap and then getting a long. I don't think we had news last night, so I kind of wonder what happened here. 800 ticks is diabolical. Diabolical. Pasa mi móvil? So if we don't get an entry off of that, like I said, maybe a short. But that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. That would also be trading into this hourly bullish gap, which would be another great thing to see. Not just a continuation, like a simple 5 or 15-minute continuation, but also a higher time frame, I guess, confluence added to that. But yeah, this is right now, I'm just waiting. It's also very possible today we don't get an entry at all, seeing as we had this huge bullish candle. So it's very possible we just chop around. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Depends on if I upload this or not. But yeah, pretty simple. Pretty simple. Bro, I'm trading. My parents' Airbnb right now. They came to visit me, and I was gonna use this monitor that's in here, but this thing is like 32. It's like a TV, bro, and like the latency is like horrible. Oh, let me lock in though. This pre-market stuff moves fast. Okay. Again, another thing, like I said, that I would like to see, maybe just to rebalance this, because we left. I mean, this is a huge imbalance right here that we probably want to correct. So honestly, a short wouldn't be a bad idea either. But I was kind of hoping to see us sweep out this high before doing that. Looks like ES low-key might reach that gap before us. It's very possible, very possible. And then we'd have an SMT potentially. Would I long off of that? Probably not. Probably not. Just because, even though I can technically, I'm not a huge fan. God, I hate this microphone. I'm staring at it right now. It's like a rainbow. Jesus, bro. RGB. This does not fit the aesthetic I'm going for. To be honest, I don't want to short, bro. Not yet. I want to see that. But then it comes into question. Nah, because this isn't really in anything. I guess we swept this high out on the 4-hour. But do I want shorts right now? I don't love the structure. The structure is pretty bad. Maybe again. I don't know. Very possible again that we just chop around today. I'm not gonna rush in anything that I don't like. And tomorrow, I'm not sure. I think tomorrow I'm going to Sevilla, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to trade or not. I'm going to do my best, but in terms of recording and all that, probably not. It's probably a lot to ask for. I guess kind of like some psych. I think days like today, where, I mean, as of right now, we're 17 minutes into the session, where you see that clearly as of right now, there's like no movement, really choppy. If you look hard enough. It's one thing that I've kind of discovered. And also, I mean, just really well known talking to people. Yeah, maybe if you look hard enough, you can find some type of entry, but at that point, really it becomes about, okay, why are you forcing an entry? You know what I mean? Maybe this isn't a good example because I mean, for me, obviously, I really don't think, from what I'm seeing so far, there's really no entry anywhere as of right now. Again, barely 17 minutes in, so anything could happen in the next hour. But um, let's just assume that we happen to chop around this area for the next hour or so, where my trade ideas don't really come into play. Again, and it depends on your model, but for my model, I need to see, to really have high conviction in my trade, I want to see, again, like I said, a sweep here at this line that I drew out, or here. We could get a sweep up here of that intermediate high, which is again a high resting inside a fair value gap, and then get a potential short off of that, or 5 or 15 minute continuation, again just a short, or again trade into this hourly gap down here, kind of rebalancing price a little bit, and then get an entry off there again with either good structure or a 5 or 10 15 minute gap. But yeah, I think in general, on days where, let's just say, your model hasn't presented itself, it can be really easy to find an entry somehow, if that makes sense. Like, if you look really, really hard enough, you can probably find an entry. But then that comes into the question is, are you forcing a trade? You know, sometimes you just have to sit on your hands. And I think long term, obviously, you will save yourself a lot of money and sadness. But yeah, again, if I don't get an entry today, it's just one of those things that is, I mean, obviously part of trading, but also that's where kind of discipline comes into play. Because obviously, I mean, when you're trading, discipline is something you really need to master and get good at. Because if you lack discipline, then you will make some really dumb mistakes. I think going forward, I want to start recording all my sessions more so, just so I can kind of look back on it. Again, I come from a sports background, so being able to look back on it and, you know, if I lose, you know, rewatch the video and being like, okay, well, is this a valid loss according to my model, or did I force something? I know Friday I took a really small loss. It was only like 200 per account, and it only traded across 2 accounts. So I got really lucky. A day that I should have lost 400, I only lost, 800. I only lost 400, 200 per account, which really is relatively nothing. So yeah, I didn't record, but yeah, going back, I replayed the session in my head, and I was like, I forced the trade when I really shouldn't have. And yeah, I got lucky in that aspect that I didn't lose a lot, and then also 2 of my accounts didn't even copy over. So yeah, just kind of like some psych, some of the psych stuff, like psychological. The reason I need to see this high get swept before I long, because this candle here is just kind of noise. It's not really in anything. Kind of what's the word? Invalidated these fair value gaps along here. So yeah, what I would need would be a sweep of this high, which obviously, if you don't know, again, like these wicks and candles, what they're showing at the top of these wicks and candles, kind of basic, like, I guess, market structure lesson. We can say there's orders, right? So I want to see a resweep. If I want to short, I want to see a resweep of this high that's resting in this fair value gap. In terms of 4 hour, no, we're still in that 4 hour gap. That's another thing. Again, like, yeah, I know we've already traded into this gap, but again, I would want to see a resweep. because these are orders. You know, we come up, we sweep all this, take all this liquidity, and then get maybe confirmation that we want to go lower. Where again, for me, it'd be a 5 or 15 minute continuation or a short with good structure. And yeah, obviously this big Drake candle that we have here, this is an imbalance that we've left behind by price. So yeah, I mean, it acts like a magnet. So that's why I want my 2 trade ideas for today at least are either sweeping, like I said, sweeping this high, get a short, come in, you know, hopefully reach this gap. Would I wait till we hit that gap if I get a short? Probably not. Probably just go for my 1-to-1, or you know, just depends on the situation. But you know, at least a 1-to-1. So I don't know if I'd take a short all the way. Yeah, 600 takes, not, definitely not. Or again, trading into this hourly gap, kind of rebalancing price, and then getting a long opportunity. But kind of slow, bro. Yeah, and again, to rebalance. Yeah, I mean, I want to see us go hit this AQ, which again is in this hourly gap. And yeah, or again, kind of using this Fibonacci retracement. I mean, you can see trading up here, sweeping out, and bang. Again, using the CQ tool, I mean, you can see here, if we sweep out everything here, what happens if we go lower, get confirmation that we want to go lower? Again, where do you see that this EQ is at? Inside this hourly gap. Some sauce, free sauce, bro. For free, for nothing, for free. If ES would have hit this gap, because for a while there it did seem like ES was going to hit this gap before we did. If ES would have hit that gap, then you can have a conversation about whether you just want to long. At that point, you're trading with an SMT. I mean, you can. I don't really use SMTs like that a whole lot. More so just for, I mean, yeah, again, no secret using Patty's model just for where I'm TPing at in terms of whether ES hits a 5 or 15 minute gap before we do. At that point where I need to go break even. But in this case, let's say where NQ is kind of chopping around and I see ES hit the hourly gap, then yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, you know, ES went and did that job for us. So at that point, I could long if I had, obviously, good structure. But that didn't happen, which is kind of strange, bro. We will definitely need to rebalance this at some point. Might not happen today, might not happen tomorrow, but eventually it will happen. Man, not much going on, bro. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm gonna step away. I'm back. Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm gonna call it here. It's, what time is it? 3:09. Military time off. Yeah, 3:09. We're not doing niche. 40 minutes in the session at this point. I mean, it's very clear that, again, yeah, I mean, we're not doing anything right now, which is expected. We have this huge move overnight. So if you traded, what time does this happen at? 12. Is that the end of London session? I guess, right? A little bit, yeah. Weird. Maybe, but yeah. But for me, not really worth it to be just sitting here staring at the chart like that. So if anything happens within the next 20-ish minutes, I'll probably just look at it from my phone. But in terms of this video, no point in me to keep recording. If I come back, I'll probably hit record, but we'll see. Either way, I want to upload this video. I think I gave some good insight into liquidity and kind of how the market works, at least for my model, which is PB Trading's model. Patty, my fault. Patty's model. But yeah, obviously, people can take different pieces from different models and create their own. I don't know, maybe call it like my autism or whatever you call it, but I chose to follow his to a T just because I don't know, to me it seemed like the easiest to learn and understand. But yeah, in terms of this session, probably done. Really doubt I take a trade today. At this point, as time keeps passing by and probability just keeps lowering and lowering and lowering. The two moves that I wanted to see didn't happen, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, assuming, I mean, anything could happen between now and New York PM session and then tomorrow. But if we still have this imbalance tomorrow, then I mean, it would be a big magnet and a big magnet and a huge pool of like liquidity that we could target. But yeah, hopefully, if you watch this, hopefully you learn something. And telling my boys, if you guys end up watching this, like don't be scared to hit me up. Ask me any types of questions you have. Obviously, trading is a very technical skill that you need to learn, but then comes into play the more mental side, where I think the mental side is what really determines when people will be successful or not. And I think identifying days like today where, at least for me and my model, it's just not worth risking a trade, saying that we are literally just stuck in this range right here. It's just not worth it for me to force something, and regret it later. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off, and yeah, hopefully tomorrow we get a trade. Hopefully I'll be able to trade. I'm gonna try really hard to, even if it's going to a cafe and sitting down somewhere. But yeah, no trades today. That's it. Pretty much it.